TUBI said, y'all know how we can sit here and grow fast as possible? Let's sit here and go after all them Negro eyeballs with ratchet shows, with a bunch of bad movies, and I can't tell y'all how many group chats I've been in. TUBI.
Yeah, that part. He's doing it again, round 2. He's doing it again.
Hey man, first of all, if they get rolling, I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying, and it's a strategic business move. But if they had gave Roland Martin a fucking job at Fox, he wouldn't be saying all of this. Roland is one of them ones. He kind of like Byron Allen. For these last few years, he's been trying to go after those advertising dollars. Like I forget who it was. Somebody got a huge sum of money, and he was like, "Yo, what about us over here? Like, you want to give me some money? Like give it to you for fucking what?" And I mean, I get it, but I mean, I guess I just don't understand. Like, what the fuck is the big deal? Maybe it's just me. If one of y'all can help me out,
it's what he's saying as far as we need to be doing our own shit, and we could do better than just fucking Tubi. We need to do our own. If Rupert Murdoch could come in and duplicate the same thing he did back in the 90s and make billions, we should be able to follow the same fucking blueprint, especially now that everything is streaming. It's like, don't fall victim again and then complain later, because the outcome could be another empowering fucking Fox News. But Black folks created fucking Fox News.
But where's the capital? See, this is the thing. I could tell you
ad buys.
I could tell. Okay, but I could tell you. But this is the thing. That was one of Byron Allen's. That was his main argument. They're not giving us our fair share of those ad revenues. There's a certain amount of ad revenues that's supposed to be allotted to us, right? And my thing is, I could tell you about 2 streaming services that if they went there, that, you know, if people would take the chance, like let's say a Dave Chappelle or a Corey Holcomb or one of these big time comedians, if they went to, like, say, Tariq Nasheed got FBAstream.com, and then Dame Dash got one.
New America.
American New.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the same time, we talking about people that's going to end up donating versus until they start getting the ad revenues and all of that, versus this cat who already got the capital. Shout out to Bounty Tank. He just posted that his show is on Tubi now. He went from he was doing his show on brother out of Canton, I want to say, or Akron. He was doing his show on YouTube, and now Tubi picked him up. So I guess my point is, man, that's a huge investment that a lot of guys don't want to make right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just watched an interview with Dame on Willie D's podcast, and he said, "Cats, I'm putting up my own money to do this or whatever." But back to Byron Allen's point is, he's not even getting, you know, like the application fee to even apply for it. He's like, they're not even getting a look. Not saying that there's certain funds that's supposed to be allocated to us. It's like, dude, y'all won't even give me a chance to bid.
Right.
You know, so it's like no bid fucking, it's like no bid contracts for your black ass. No, you don't. You got enough money. You just keep doing your thing with the Weather Channel.
There you
go. Out. But it's just a matter of paying attention to what's really going on behind the scenes. And if you watch that interview with Dame Dash and Willie D, he talked about it. He was like, man, why would I give that? He was like, I'm not on YouTube because I don't like the split. Like the split ain't right.
I saw that.
He was telling Willie D, he's like, do you know how much they making off of you? You know, Willie's like, I don't want to get into all that right now. You know, I don't want to talk about that, you know, my check or whatever. But he was like, but that's the stuff he's like, those are the questions that I ask. You know, what's the split? What's the breakdown? How much are you getting? You know, like, I don't understand why my people don't ask those questions. And that's what circle back to this Tubi thing. You know, what is the split? What are you getting from this? Just besides exposure, considering this dude making money hand over fist, because all he needs is just your eyeballs, just the numbers alone. He could parlay that into another multi-billion-dollar deal. You know, he can extend that because it's a limited contract for the NFL. It's a limited, you know, they gotta, you know, they renegotiate how many billions you want to pay for this, you know, and he's doing that again with Tubi. You know, he's getting that money up again.
See, I just kind of feel like it's going to be one of those things, and I thought about this because Tariq Nasheed started his streaming service at $750 a month, $7.99. He started his streaming service to put his Hidden Colors documentaries, 1801, and that stuff up there. And Dame makes his own movies. He puts them on there. But my thing is, it's going to have to be a situation where these brothers will say, "All right, man, I'm willing to take a chance on you and donate." Maybe one of my specials or donate a new special, maybe even if it's 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, the fucking capital ain't there to pay these people to say, okay, so Monique's biggest thing was, okay, Dave Chappelle got 10 million. You know what I'm saying? I was supposed to get 500,000. Okay, these cats ain't got the capital to give a motherfucker $10 million. You know what I mean? And I just got to say this. The other problem is, man, and this is fucked up. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to point or whatever, but look at what's going on with the comedy shit. Cat Williams came out, did a scathing interview that did 40 million views. Now it ain't nothing but fucking infighting amongst comedians.
Something now.
Huh? You said what?
I said it's 50 something now.
50 something.
It's like 50 something million now.
Yeah, I mean, he lit the match for 2024.
Right.
You know?
So, but what we seeing is now is nothing but infighting. So it's gonna have to be some type of cohesion versus, all right, we're gonna air this one out. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna have to be some kind of checks and balances because now Dave Chappelle came out, which love Dave, but Dave was like, oh, he ain't saying nothing about the white boys. Well, now you put yourself in a position to be like, okay, well, what the fuck do you know about the white boys? In turn, now Corey Holcomb is talking about Dave Chappelle. Why he hanging out with these homosexual comedians, and you know he ain't been funny and all of this, and which you know I don't agree with, but you know what I'm saying. And then, but Corey Holcomb was just talking about, well, yeah, Cat Williams stole jokes too. My point is, man, motherfuckers is gonna have to stop being opportunists for something like that to work. Yeah, we can do it ourselves. But the basic point I'm trying to get to is there's got to be a certain level of organization and sacrifice, man.
Yeah.
And then when it hits a certain number, motherfuckers don't sell it off. I get, what's my brother's name that owned BET? Bob Johnson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There are people to this day that feel like, hey man, he shouldn't have sold it. But it's hard to tell a motherfucker, hey man, walk away from $3 billion.
Yeah, they hit him with his magic number. Every person has their number, but you know, guys are happy. They're satisfied with the split. You know, so that's why they're not going to come home. You know, and try to organize and, like you said, try to come together and build something. You know, for our own. But no, because the checks are clearing. Like fuck that, I'm getting these YouTube checks. I'm cool. I'm getting money off TikTok. I'm cool. I'm good with that. But you know, again, go back to Dame. It was like, dude, I don't like that breakdown. It's not. He was like, we all, we getting cheated. He's like, I'm a born hustler. It was like, and I know when somebody's shorting me. He was like, and I don't like the split. He was like, I don't mind taking the time to go through the itemized shit and realize, hold on, man, this is to your favor. You know, if push come to shove, I go get it out the mud and do it my damn self. But and I'm not surprised that Rupert Murdoch is making money hand over fist, owning Tubi. And again, he never publicized that or anything. It's just he's like, shit, yeah, that's in my portfolio. I own that as well. Probably own some other shit we're not privy to at this point. But it's just one of those head scratchers again. Like, damn, history repeating itself again. So
yeah, because I never knew that shit about I remember that in Living Color halftime show. But I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember it not being big halftime shows before that Super Bowl show.
That was it. That was the that was like, we can't have these dudes stealing because you're stealing their money. You know how much an ad goes for per minute?
Millions.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? And they like these fucking sketch artists, comedian artists. They coming and they chipping into our shit. I mean, like half the viewers left. Yeah, the black eyeballs left. It was like, hold on, shit. And Living Color's on. They got a special Super Bowl. We got to watch it. It was like because the regular Super Bowl halftime thing was vanilla. It was boring as shit. So.
And then there's another interesting thing that he said, right? And this is this is, you know, what I'm getting at. Like, he said that they started robbing in Living Color, and that's why they ultimately stopped making the shows because they weren't getting what they were due.
The split.
The split. Well, that's I don't know if you guys heard the interview where Marlon Wayans talked about Scary Movie. He said, man, Scary Movie, if you remember, that was pretty big until the studio said, nah, we ain't gonna honor what we told you we was gonna honor. And so he went on to do the haunted house movies and shit. So it's a thing, man, where, you know, there's gonna have to be a certain level of organization. There's gonna have to be a certain level of, hey man, his ice ain't colder. We're gonna have to start thinking that. I mean, because you pointing this shit out, but at the end of the day, he's still giving motherfuckers opportunities that wouldn't have got an opportunity nowhere. And I'm not saying that he's a good guy, a great guy, or nothing like that, because again, he owns a network that dumps on our people religiously.
It's still a platform. And, you know, just like, you know, cats getting that YouTube money, you know, the split ain't to their favor, but yet it's still, you know, it's an opportunity to try to parlay that into some other stuff. You know, look how far Country Wayne has come.
Man.
You see what I'm saying? That's the prime example of parlaying, taking, you know, the crumbs that they give you and then building a fucking cake. You know, that's what this man is doing. You know, he's flipping it.
Let me tell you something. Country Wayne went from making 20-second a minute TikToks.
There you go.
To now he pretty much has his own soap opera on fucking YouTube outside of the comedy and everything else. You understand what I'm saying? And he's only going higher and higher. You got to be proud of the brother. But again, if Rupert fucking Murdoch comes to that man and says, hey, I'll give you 30 million.
He's gone.
He's gone. It ain't gonna be. Let me talk. And Dame say, look, man, work with me. I can't give you 30 million, but I can give you a percentage.
Right.
If we gonna build this, and you and this one and this one, I'll give you a percentage. It just
don't. The math ain't mathing.
Right. Give me that 30
right now. Give me that 30, and then I'll holler at you on the back end.
There you go.
But with Dame, you know, he said, you know, when he go back to his old Jay-Z shit, you know, talking about that, he was like, man, we all had our cut. You know, he's like, I don't rob nobody. I don't own anybody's masters or any of that shit. So I'm assuming he's taking that same logic and applying it to this American New platform that he has.
Right.
And I was like, dude, you know, I'm not expecting my shit to blow up, you know, overnight. He was like, man, I've been doing this for some years now.
Right.
You know, it's like, hopefully it'll catch on. We got people who, you know, and he said he don't just pick just anybody on the channel neither.
Right.
He said he get to pick who he want on his shit. So I was like, that's even better. You know, he's like, I get all the coon shit out of there.
There you go.
I can get some you know, some top-notch quality streaming shit on there. So
and Dame gets a lot of undue disrespect. But just imagine for a minute, just imagine for 1 minute, if Country Wayne was to do his stand-up special over there, and Kevin Hart, who he put on, I don't know if y'all remember, with Paper Soldiers and Death of the Dynasty.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I hear Cat like, oh, he came with a show. No, he was doing
the Rockefeller movies.
He was doing the Rockefeller movies, which was cult classics amongst our people.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Imagine Kevin saying, boom, here's a movie over here, and the next Plastic Boy special gonna be over here. But how you gonna do that when Netflix paying motherfuckers 20 million a movie, 20 million a fucking special? I guarantee you. I think what's my man's name? Country Wayne. He got a special on Netflix. I guarantee you, he ain't getting no less than 5 million.
No less.
No less.
Out the gate, and he's coming off of TikTok.
Right. So I hear what Roland is saying, but until motherfuckers can provide a tangible, right? You know what I'm saying? A substantial benefit. I mean, motherfuckers is gonna go to Tubi.
That's it.
You know
I mean, that's
what's up, old man.
That's Rupert Murdoch's nest egg. I mean, just think about his back catalog, and then when they structure deals, they're going to package the back end along with the front end. I'm sure Tubi was in development for years prior to being a streaming service. So when you go in and make these deals, you're like, hey, I can bring you my catalog, and guess what we got coming up? We can package this all together. and we start making these advertising deals. And they talk about gatekeepers in Hollywood, but this is gatekeeping on the back end. These motherfuckers have had these deals for years. I mean, decades, and they're just parlaying it. So it's going to be extremely hard for the Dame Dashes and everybody else to jump into the streaming service and get the same numbers that Rupert Murdoch's pulling down in advertising.
Yeah,
and
you got that money locked in. Go ahead, fam. What you call it? Tubi is the chitlin circuit of streaming.
There you go. There you go.
That's all I want to put out there. Go ahead.
No. The last thing I'm gonna say, man, is people got to also think about the fact that it's a billionaire boys club.
Yeah.
The information that these billionaires pass amongst each other, they don't want to pass it to a Dame, and Dame know a lot. But do you think these motherfuckers, do you think a Rupert Murdoch want Dame screaming on him the way he was screaming on Leor? You know what I'm saying?
They fear. Right. They fear him because he knows shit and he ain't afraid to, to let loose on it. So
they're not going to pass that on to a Tariq Nasheed. And it's interesting because I'll close with this. Minister Farrakhan, a long time ago, I heard him talking about how, all of these natural resources, we know this come from Africa. He said, but do you think that they teaching these Africans how to what's the word I'm saying? I'm looking for?
Cultivate.
It's the process and the process. You know what I'm talking about, Cuddy? Yeah, cultivate.
To mine?
No, it's the process. Refine.
Okay.
Teaching them. You think they're gonna teach them how to refine this shit? You know what I'm saying?
Right. And see, that's the problem. You saw this a couple of weeks ago, where these African countries are kicking some of these British and French countries out of their country, and they're burning all the machinery and destroying shit on the way out. And then a couple of weeks later, suddenly this country has a coup. So there's that economic hitman.
There you go.
Perspective too that we got to throw in there. That
there you go.
Hey, we're gonna take advantage of your resources, and when you don't allow us to take advantage of your resources, we're gonna come in and try to fuck your shit up.
Right.
I mean that's happening all the time in Africa, and people wondering why so many countries in Africa are stable, and it's because of this reason. There's so much intervention between World Bank organizations, foreign governments, this and that, dealing with
International
their political
Monetary
leaders.
Fund.
Yep.
Yeah.
IMF, not BMF. Go ahead.
Think about Haiti. Oh, y'all whooped our ass and we can't have y'all slaves. All right, we taking all the infrastructure out, the roads, everything, motherfucker, and you're gonna pay us back to the point where you'll never have a GDP because you owe us fucking money. You'll never be able to import, export, nothing. So it's.
That's why I love Dame, because he always preaching ownership.
Right.
We need our own, just ownership. Stop working. He's like, I never had a boss. Try to, do your own thing. Set it up yourself. But it's easier said than done.
There you go.
I'll leave it at that.
One thing I say, it takes capital. And one thing he always taught, one thing we know how Dame got his paper. So.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. If you're willing to take the risk, there it is. But all right, what we got?